Warrior, welcome. What an incredible day here in New York City. What I don't even have the words. I'm really recuperating. I want to point something out to you first. But you know what? Let's have a roll call. I like to know who's here, where you're from. I mean, you don't have to give me your exact address, but I like to know who's, kind of as a focus group. Where are you across our great country? So please check in with me as we get ready for me to share with you so many exciting things happening. And the week isn't even over yet. Let's see. We've got Edie Crowley. Edie, thank you. Edie is our queen of hitting the like button on the way in. Edie, thank you for doing that because once I always say this, once I start talking, I start going off in all different directions. There's so much to say, so much to do, So thank you for doing it. And Edie, thank you for your incredible and beautiful artwork that we share with survivors. And I have a couple of pieces. I have one in particular that I keep in the house because it reminds me of you. It reminds me of survivors. It reminds me of art, therapy, and all that. So thank you, Edie. Fred's here, 5x5, Ozark, Missouri. Fred, welcome. Lionel Nation, loud and clear, 100%. I want to first show you. Let me show you. I don't know if you can see this, what I'm wearing. I just got back. I'm going to explain what happened today that changed my life and has given me incredible passion, energy, and knowing things are changing. So I've got my Lynn's Warriors always. Fred, Edie says, welcome, Lynn. Fred starts the show off right. Fred gifted 10 Lynn's Warriors memberships. Thank you, Fred. Means the world to us because what do I always say? Getting the word out and sharing this information with other people, even if it's one other person, makes a difference, and we're doing it. So thank you, Fred, for that. So I've got my Warriors pin, but underneath, I want you to see this pin, if you can see it. This is Selena. Selena is the daughter of a dear friend, Tammy Rodriguez. And I did an interview, so go back in our interview section and look for that interview with Tammy Rodriguez, her mom. And Tammy is such a brave and incredible mom. But let's start with something. I'm giving you another visual. I feel like we're having like visual aids today, but we are. Can you see this? Meta profits, kids pay the price. Right, everybody? The Warriors are part of an incredible organization called the HEAT Initiative. And HEAT is a group of coalitions, parents, warriors coming together, calling upon big tech to take responsibility. Let's have transparency. And if we have censorship about certain subjects, I don't know, politics, why can't we have censorship about CSAM, child sexual abuse material? Today, 45 grieving parents flew into New York, along with other family members. Groups, organizations such as the Warriors, we came together and we held a vigil. We started at 6:15 this morning at the Meta headquarters here in New York. Peaceful community, everything we are at the Warriors. And we started the day. I really want you to hear this because this really changed my life today. Because all of this work, I go. And sometimes you don't stop to really think about things. You don't stop to take a breath, and you just keep going and pushing and pushing. And you push in Washington, and you push in Albany, our state capital. But when you're actually together with parents, and all of these parents are grieving parents. Now we have algorithms here. So I want to say that we will not say certain words here. That's just the way it is, okay? But these children are no longer with us. They have harmed themselves, a harm you cannot come back from. These brave mothers and fathers, we had grandmothers, siblings, coming to New York Two, peacefully show up in front of Meta headquarters. Hold our signs. I just told you. Meta profits, we pay the price. Meta is Facebook and Instagram and WhatsApp. And we're not looking to censor anybody, shut anybody down. The goal is for big tech to have some responsibility, because we know they put profit over people. Mark Zuckerberg himself said he will not allow his children on any kind of social media. It's really funny because I call it anti-social media. Social media doesn't, with all these problems, ring right with me. He doesn't allow his own children. So why is he allowing other children to become harmed? It is that wheel with a lot of spokes, and each spoke is different. We've got the mental health, we've got, parents, we've got the education system. Kids are facing so much today. Every parent I spoke to today, this was so beautiful, and I'll be posting some pictures later, of peacefully, every parent, the HEAT initiative, the most incredible job of advocacy and organization I have ever witnessed in my professional career. From the training we did last week, they forgot no detail. Every single thing, from fanny packs with snacks, with carts of water along the way, with everybody being checked upon. Everybody had a buddy, right? So I had my friend Tammy Rodriguez. So Selena was 11 years old and was so bullied. She's no longer with us. And I took care of Destiny, Selena's sister, who has suffered terribly since her sister is not around, because she has this survivor's guilt that she was in the house when this happened. Her mom was at work, and she didn't check on Selena because she didn't think anything was going on. And then she did check on her a few hours later. She just thought she was in her bedroom and found her. Something no child should ever have to find their sibling. No mother who's a single mom trying to put groceries on the table should, and these are teenagers, teen girls, should have to face, because she's trying to feed her kids. She didn't know all this was going on with Selena. So I was the buddy for Destiny, her name is, and they've given me permission. And again, I urge you to go back and look at that interview, that chat I did. I don't even like the word interview, with Tammy Rodriguez. So strong, so brave. And she's always been very shy. But because of Selena, that I wear so proudly, on my jacket or on my shirt, or because she's such a warrior, has forced her mom to come out and speak bravely. And today we had sections of speakers. They're all parents, down to police liaisons, down to incredible sound systems, down to a choir all dressed in white, created beautiful music. And it gives these parents such solace. They can come together because they're all feeling the same thing. There's nothing I can say to these parents other than I showed up for them, other than I give Tammy, come on the Warriors channel. We can chat, whatever you want. I never want to make anybody, force anybody, be crass. You want to come on? Tammy wanted to come on a few months back, so we did it. We're going to do the follow-up about today. But to witness in the middle of New York City, because, we hear all the bad, right? Was so beautiful, so peaceful. But this HEAT initiative, to Lennon and Sarah, to the originators, I don't know how they did all this today. They did the catered breakfast, went over everything, a lot of self-care. Remember, these are parents who may have a moment of something when they're talking about this or hearing other people talk about it. How you step out, how you take care of. I never saw in my life, it was over 200 people. I never saw, and it honors our Warriors hashtag of community creates change. I never saw community take care of people like that. Everybody had a hug. Everybody had a hand holding. Everybody had, can I get you a water bottle? We had people in different color vests that would secure our perimeter. Everything, including crossing guards, that helped the groups stay. We had no problems for Meta. And on top of it, so much press is coming out. So much press showed up for this. Yes, it's Mark Zuckerberg. Yes, it's Meta. But you know what? The press saw nothing but beautiful images or interviewed parents with this message. So it's helping, it's raising awareness. And as a mom who, her son, it's been 10 years and illicit fentanyl. And she said 10 years ago, there was no, remember, I'm skirting around words here, everybody. Read between the lines, please. So much has changed in 10 years because we're talking about it. People flew in from all over the country. And we have the HEAT initiative, putting heat. And it's not just Meta. It's on Apple. It's going to be on everybody, that you take responsibility, that you take down images, that nobody at Meta has spoken to any of these parents. You can't call Mark Zuckerberg when he turned around in Congress last year, because one of the congressmen asked him to please turn around to the parents sitting there holding pictures of their children and say something to them, apologize. And he said, I'm sorry. No parent should have to go through this. It was horrible. I was watching the whole thing. My heart dropped. Frankly, I don't like seeing big tech at the inauguration, standing behind President Trump. I didn't like that. Remember, it was indoors, and I saw Google up there, Facebook, Amazon, because I kept thinking about the parents. Why are they standing behind the president? Those parents who've lost children. Then we had the White House Easter egg roll on Monday. I have to bring it up. You might not like what I'm about to say, but I got to say it. And you know who sponsored this great tradition at the White House, which is a wonderful thing? It was sponsored by big tech. It was sponsored by Amazon and Meta. You know, that Meta's all over Washington these days. And so how do we deal with the parents when it's such a slap in the face that we're just asking them to take responsibility? If you see something, take it down. We also delivered a letter to Mark Zuckerberg with over 10,000 signatures. As of right now, it's over 11,000. So it's raised. The number has raised during the day. And again, you're going to find, I'm going to put in the body of this video, the press coming out. If you don't choke up or get tears in your eyes, there's something wrong with you. I mean, it was a true Warriors event. I want to say about the HEAT initiative. Every age was there, male, female, pink hair, green hair, gay, trans, whatever. It was a beautiful thing. I am going to say, as a New Yorker, to witness true community, people coming together, everybody nice to each other, everybody helping each other, to share a meal, and to, at the end, after everybody had their lunch, and then it's kind of a debrief. Now, remember, these parents, unimaginable horror, their whole lives having to deal with their children no longer here. To hear them, you know, we call it a safe space and everybody can talk. And one by one, they started raising their hands to say something. And you could hear a pin drop. And basically every one of them was saying, thank you for being here for us. Thank you for doing this. Thank you for listening to us. Because there's been no help for these poor people. There's been nothing. And another parent, she said, my child 5 years ago, gone. So much has changed in just the last year. So we're snowballing. We're getting the message out. I do it for 11-year-old, all the kids, 11-year-old Selena, who was bullied and couldn't go to her mother. Her mother didn't even know this was going on online. And this was a couple of years ago. Everything we do at the Warriors is geared towards this education, this raising awareness, and helping parents of children, you know, like Selena. I was overwhelmed today with every parent. You know, the HEAT initiative had a picture of every child in the frames. Every parent was carrying not just one rose, beautiful red and white roses, big bouquets, 24 each, beautiful red ribbons. The music, people walking by. Looking at these signs, I had a man come up to me, and we also had press liaisons, because, you know, you want to make sure you're not attacked, words are not wrong. Who, if somebody came up to you, you would give the signal and the press liaison would come over because we want to make sure everything's correct. And also support you, because when you're talking about these issues, a parent especially, sometimes they just stop talking, or sometimes they just can't, or they cry or whatever. So we always want to be there for somebody. But a man did come. I was standing towards the back because I wanted this sign to face out. We were in Astor Place, which is downtown, NYU territory, Union Square, that kind of area, very crowded. And I wanted to make sure the cars and buses going by and people walking by could see my sign, right? So I stood in the back so I could face the crowds who weren't in our immediate crowd. And a very nice man came up to me. And he said, "What's going on here?" "I can handle it." And he said, "Oh my goodness, I'm a father. This is unacceptable. Good for this movement. I'm going to talk to my kids tonight. Thank you for doing this." It was a beautiful thing. So I don't feel that energy. I have to share it with you because I'm telling you, I've never felt this kind of thing before. So I know change is coming. Let me look at some of the comments now. So again, I'm going to put that heat initiative in the body of the video, pictures later. Honor us, share it, read about it. We ask nothing of you except to be aware of it, to join us if possible, to join signing on to any initiatives we have, right? And again, it's not just Meta. Meta was today, but it's Apple, it's TikTok. It's going to be everybody. We're putting the heat on them. Edie says, as you put it recently, Lynn, profits over people. Profits over people, profit over dignity, right? Michelle, bless you, Mrs. L. Thank you for these updates and messages and reminders. Thank you, Michelle. And Fred, to reveal it is to feel it, but to heal it takes some time. Your acknowledgement with compassion is the loving, caring kind. Yes, Fred, community awareness creates change. These parents and the grandma there whose 19-year-old grandson, went to bed and just didn't wake up. They need a hand on their shoulder. They are there for all those who can't be there, because as parents have pointed out today, you either curl up in a ball and your life stops, your marriages fall apart, you turn to drugs and alcoholism. They freely spoke about this. Or you stick with it because you have other children and you create difference. And not everybody can do that. It is very tough to get out there in public and seeing the children's faces on the clothing, on the back of jackets, forever 16, forever 12, forever 19, is heartbreaking. And this is what I want in America us to focus on right now. I know a lot's going on. I'll be in Washington next week. I'll be bringing up again all these issues and more. There is a war on for our children. And when I say children, I mean kids in their 20s. I know, kids, right? Teens. Why is this allowed? I ask this question every day. I mean, it's kind of rhetorical. I just okay, we know everybody's making a lot of money, but it's got to stop. It's got to stop. We've got to figure out, not us, government. And again, it's not to steal anybody's privacy or invade. Why are we allowing our future adults, our future American leaders, to be preyed upon? We're not having it. The fact you're here, you're not having it either. It's got to stop. And the HEAT initiative, I can't say, I'm so proud and honored to be a part of it. And it's going to expand and explode, and it'll be coming to a town near you, I guarantee, because that's what we're doing. And every time something is done, more parents sign on, or more family members, or more community members. And that's what we need. But it's unacceptable. I don't want to see Mark Zuckerberg standing behind our president on Inauguration Day. I'm sorry, I don't want to see it. I don't like it. I don't want to see the Easter egg roll sponsored by, Jeff Bezos. I don't want to see it. I mean, do you want to see it? Weigh in, because I don't want to see it. Right? Because they want sponsorships. Well, there's plenty of other money elsewhere just because big tech rules the roost. It's a slap in the face to American parents and family members. So that's what I have to say. Today really was transformative for me. It makes me realize the work we do at the Warriors is the right work, is that we carry the burden and the heavy lifting for you. And if this message goes out today, let me see. I see it says 27 people watching. I don't care. I don't care if one person watches. I don't care if nobody watches. And then I put a video out. I am going to do my best to keep on this and keep at it. So thank you. Thank you to Fred and Edie and all of you for like being here and listening to this. But I'm here to say good things are happening. Now, that being said, the Take It Down Act, which is also supported by Melania Trump and also our president, it was just announced recently, is going for the final vote the week of April 28th, which is next week. And I do believe it will be signed by the president and put into action. And that is simply big tech. If we tell you to take down an image, you got 48 hours or else. That's the bottom line for Take It Down. That's all it's about. I know what's going to happen next week. So stay tuned for that. This is great. And I'll be in Washington next week. So when I got the skinny, as we say, which was last night, that it's going now for that final vote. I was very excited. I think it was late last night. I don't know. It's all kind of blending into each other these days. And I can't stress enough how important this piece of legislation is, because it'll be the first of its kind, the first real piece since 1998 of child safety. But it's going to happen next week. So we've got that to look forward to. And hopefully it'll be when I'm in Washington next week, so we can, sometimes press conferences and things are called very last minute, or you're called, you can go to the floor and you can witness it or something. So I'm kind of feeling, well, I'm manifesting it's going to happen while I'm there next week. And then I can run over and kind of cover it, kind of thing for all of you, and just be there in that moment. Will be historical. Fred says the youth are being cheated out of their childhoods earlier and earlier these days. And you know what, Fred, you're correct. And all children deserve a childhood, and all children deserve a safe childhood. That's what I say. Yes, Fred, boost your immune system. I've been boosting it, but I got to say, I don't know what's happening in your neighborhood. The pollen here this year, I'm certainly digressing, everybody, so stay with me. The pollen happening this year, which I love. The flowers are bursting, the cherry trees, I love this time of year. The renewal, right? It's pretty, it looks clean. But I've been having a tough time, and I usually don't get like this. But everybody I heard is having a tough time in New York, right? So yes, we got to boost our immune systems. We got to stay healthy. We got to stay in the fight, but it's a good fight, because what I witnessed today gave me instant energy. Like, I am ready to go now, right? And people were so kind to each other, so giving to each other. This is what our society needs, our community needs, right? Now, here's the other thing I want to talk about. The other thing is, I want to remind everybody, May 6th, if you are in the New York City area, I am urging all of you that we are having a dance party. I know. I want to instill a lot of positivity and manifest things are good. Dance party, food, conversation, come together, just share 2 hours of being together and being kind. So please, you can find it on X, you can find it on Facebook, the link for the tickets to support us, to see what we're about. Enough of these, I guess they're necessary. You know, I get invited to a lot of things surrounding trafficking and exploitation, but I have to tell you, after 20 minutes, I'm bored. It's depressing. I mean, I know it's a depressing subject. It's a horrible subject. But I want to put the focus at the warriors. We are warriors. We are making impact. We are inspiring, right? We are expanding. And so let us create a couple of hours of feel good. We'll have a lot of survivors we work with who can't wait, because they said, we've never experienced somebody having a dance party kind of thing. And yes, and beautiful, beautiful. His name is George Bugatti, straight out of Vegas and Palm Beach, piano music, you know, while everybody's eating, so we can talk and hear each other. Beautiful song stylist, the American Songbook, relaxing, right? So we want everybody to experience that. So please, if you can in any way support us or come to that, we would love to see you and meet you in person and just feel good for a couple of hours. So we have all of that going on. Edie's, Fred, it's the geoengineering over. I knew you were going to say that, Fred, or somebody was going to say that, and you're probably correct. I think you're correct. I just didn't bring it up, but you're probably correct because I do look out our windows over the Hudson River, and I do see so many strange things in the sky a lot. I really do. Um, all kinds of things going on out there. I don't know what they are. I mean, I have an idea. But we'll leave that for another program. So I do think things are definitely different and happening and manufactured, perhaps. But we'll leave that for another program. Edie says, my youngest daughter tried, right, herself once. I was able to get help for her more recently, 6 years ago. She had a fentanyl overdose. Okay, Edie, first of all, I know your story and it breaks my heart. And we're all here for you in our Warriors community. That's why we come together, to give you support and love. And you've done such an incredible job of staying on top of issues and being there for us at the Warriors. But I want to say something to you, Edie. Is not a fentanyl overdose. It's a poisoning. I want everybody to think of it this way. Because a lot of these unalive, I'll say, certificates are telling parents overdose, overdose, overdose. It is a poison. It is true poison being cut and contaminated into these drugs that a lot of kids are buying online, right? Snapchat, Instagram. They're just using emojis. They don't even use words. I can't keep up with that emoji dictionary. I've been off it for 2 days. I'm sure it's changed by now. Different things mean different something, but this is what these drug dealers are using with the kids. I mean, I want to know, is Facebook, Meta, are they holding those dealers responsible for any of this? I mean, they're allowing the content. We have a lot of issues here. But number one is nobody should be buying. And I mean this for everybody. You should not even be buying aspirin off the internet. Because I hear too many horrible stories all the time. And it may look like a trusted drugstore where you can save a few bucks. And it may, I'm hearing too many things where they may not even know they're supplying something. A lot of these illicit drugs today, they're chemicals. And so a drug dealer is not, they're hiring people, slapping things together. They're not chemists, measuring things and all that. You don't know what you're taking. That is the problem. When we have 300 Americans dying each and every day, that is an American crisis that should be dealt with. And we're trying, and our government is certainly trying, and closing the borders certainly helps. But it's here. It's here. So how are we going to deal with it? Why are our kids still especially buying things online? Why is that allowed to happen online? Remember, I've put some studies, well vetted. Could be a hospital study. I didn't write it or something, and then periodically I violated community standards just because I shared it. I give them full credit. It's the actual article, yet I'm censored. But here's what I want to say in all of this. We are here for you, Edie. Look, Fred's reaching out to you. Edie, your artwork certainly makes a difference. Everybody who sends anything or volunteers or donates or every bit helps. We are doing the right thing as society. What I witnessed today with the HEAT initiative in New York City was so incredible for me, right, who's somewhat hardened to all of these things, to see that great outpouring of true community, because, we talk about it. I certainly always try to act like that and collaborate, but and I know most people don't or don't really care. It's funny because I was just on a business call right before this, and the person said to me, he said to me, oh, I said I had such an enlightening day and it was beautiful. And he said, oh, I guess it's good you're so passionate about things because I don't really care about our country. This is the person I'm doing business with. How can you not care when all of these things are happening? I don't care if you have children, don't have children. These things are an American crisis that we all need to become warriors in our own homes and communities and step up and do something. So I'll finish up with, I know everybody's busy, but I had to share, jump on immediately. I came right home, made that business call, and jumped on here. I want, yes, thank you, Bust a Move, Mrs. L. Let me tell you something. I was busting a move when we had that beautiful. We had some gospel music. I I I was swaying with my sign, because I have music in my soul. Frankly, everybody, left over from my music days. And once I started doing it, the people around me started doing it. You hold your sign and just, go with the beat. And I got to tell you, that attitude of I don't really care about our country, or people quote things to me that because I don't know, they heard it on, I don't know, the Today Show or something. And I'm always like, vet, do your research. I don't have time for that. Yet you're repeating or you're complaining, yet you never take action or you never really do anything. But it broke my heart when I heard, I don't really care. I'm glad you go out there, Lynn, and you do that. You're a warrior, but I don't really care about any of these issues. That's heartbreaking. That's disgusting. This is our country. We pay taxes. It's our duty. And it's especially our duty with our children. If we are going to give them a device, we're going to talk to them. We're going to put some guardrails and we're going to watch what they're doing. But I leave you with, we had some young kids there today. I mean, college age, right? And they are forming, there are 32 chapters already. And they're teenagers we're getting out of social media, right? I put the quotes around social media because, I feel like it's anti-social media, but that's not totally right. But they're getting away from it. They're having book groups. They're having movie nights. They're having all kinds of things like that. That makes my heart sing. So it's happening. And you're not going to hear about it in mainstream media. So I'm here to relay all this great information. This is a happy time. We're chipping away at things. And again, I remind everybody, today was such a beautiful display because again, one can't help but be somewhat political, right? We had open borders. Well, who did that happen under, right? Now we have closed borders. Why did that happen? But today, the truth of the matter underlying is everybody truly came together. I really have never witnessed anything like this. Incredible energy, incredible passion, incredible. You could feel it in the room. It was so uplifting. So we're going to continue that with the warriors. We're going to continue that with you. And we're going to really honor our hashtag. I'm just going to keep telling you, community creates change. There's so many good things happening. And I will keep you aware of what's going on in Washington because there's a lot of good little things. I shouldn't say little, simmering with the warriors as well. And we'll be there next week. And we'll share then. But Take It Down Act is coming. Heat Initiative, excellent job. Again, I'm going to put things in the body of this video. I want all of you. We're talking right now. I know I just want to address something in the chat. We're talking right now about the children and community. I don't want to talk about anything else. First of all, you can talk about what you want. Yeah, but we should talk about, well, that's a separate program, towers and all that, but we should talk about that. There's a lot of scientific proof with all of that, but that's a whole nother program. Yeah, Michelle says, that sounds even better than getting a slow clap started. Fantastic. I'm speaking of, get the whole crowd swaying to the music. You know what? We did claps, we did chants, but the music. But I want to finish up with, I started saying it before, but then I went off on something else. I was watching, the bus driver that was stopped at the red light that was behind us. We were in kind of a triangle. We were in front of the Meta headquarters. We peacefully walked to the other side of the street to hold everything up. So when they looked down, they're out of their windows of this massive office building, they could see us all with the signs and things like that. Everything was peaceful. We did that loop a few times and then We had our permits over in Astor Place, a triangle area, a block or so away. And I just watched the people going by, like looking at the sign, or those saying, "What's going on here?" Or giving, the fist up. Uh, I just remember a bus driver was stopped at the red light, and I was holding the sign, like this. And he was like, this. So people know about it. That's the most important thing. So change is coming. So, Edie, thank you always for pushing the likes. We need that so much. We want to get into the highway on YouTube and all over. Please share any videos we put out or information. Talk to your kids, talk to your grandkids, talk to each other. Know I witnessed such good today. I want all of you. My hope is that you all get to witness and be part of something like I was today. So you got to stick with the Warriors, because we will be coming to a town near you sometime soon, and you can join us. May 6th, Cutting Room, New York City. Let's go. Dance party, food, great swag bags, by the way, that I'm putting together, because so many people have sent me things. You've been so generous in doing that. I'm able to do all of that. Because remember, the bottom line is education, raising awareness, and then what is trickling down to people that we're actually helping them. And we're doing it. We're doing it because of you. So please honor our hashtag Community Creates Change. Thank you again, Fred and Edie. Thank you, everybody, for joining me today. We will talk again soon. Now, make sure you go out. Oh, Edie says, well, we'll stick to you like glue, Mrs. Elf. Edie, that's exactly what I want. I want everybody to think about 11-year-old Selena. If you can see this, let's see. That she couldn't go to her mom because she was being cyberbullied. And what they found out later, I just want to share with you, adult men doing things to her online. This little baby, 11 years old. And now we have her sister Destiny having survivor's guilt because she was in the house at the same time and was not able to help her. You see this tangled web that big tech is adding to all of our already overwhelming environment we're all living in. But it's changing. And it starts with the Warriors, and it starts with you. So thank you for joining me today. Stay tuned. Community creates change. Now, promise me, each and every one of you, you'll go out and be a warrior.